Happy New Year! I've said that in the video already, but I'm going to say it again. Can you say it twice? Can you say Happy New Year to the same people twice? Or is that weird? I don't know. I mean, you might not be the same people. You might not have watched my review of Doctor Who New Year's Day episode in which I wished everybody a Happy New Year at the beginning of that. I'm getting sidetracked. I'm going to say it anyway. Happy New Year. Hope you had a good one. Because it's relevant to this video. We're going to talk, kind of, about, it's going to be New Year's resolutions, New Year's goals, New Year's aims in relation to this channel and just generally my life. So yeah, Happy New Year. Now, obviously, I have the bog standard ones that almost everybody has, you know. Eat more healthily, do more exercise, don't look at your phone in bed, that kind of thing. I've got all of those covered. I am always planning on doing those, and sometimes I succeed. Not all the time, especially the phone in bed one. Terrible at that. But you know, they're the bog standard ones. I'm not talking about those in this video. I'm talking about more ones to do with content and my aims of what I want to achieve this year. In terms of my content, in terms of how I consume other content as well, and some other random things I want to do as well. So let's talk about my content. This is, I suppose, kind of like a little bit of a channel update as well. I've not done one of those before, but hey, why not? What are my plans for the channel? What am I planning on doing going forward? And all that sort of stuff. So, those of you that have viewed my channel for a while will know that I do a lot of Doctor Who content. It's my main lot of content, and that isn't going to change. You'll have also noticed, if you've been around a while, that I do other videos on non-Doctor Who topics, usually on pop culture related things. I've got all those little logo things that slide across the front of the screen at the beginning of my videos, depending on what type of pop culture content it is. So books, theatre, TV, film, all of that I try and cover where I can if it's something that interests me. So I make videos on all of those type of things as well. And I'm going to continue doing that as well. What I want to have is a bit more structure to it all going forward. So one thing I started to do towards the end of last year, which kind of got derailed around about November time, when various life things happened, but also when Doctor Who started to air and I was doing weekly reviews for that. The other content kind of got pushed to the side and I haven't really made anything other than Doctor Who reviews for the last few months. So now that we've got the year-long hiatus, it seems a good opportunity to do some other stuff and mix it up a little bit. So my plan is that I'm going to try and do weekly videos. There will be a week that I'm going to try and get them out on a Saturday, but definitely over the weekend period, every week, I'm going to try and get a video out. Sometimes there might even be more than one a week. Sometimes I might do a midweek video as well, but the aim is one a week. And the structure that's going to take is basically, because I want to cover a variety of topics as well as Doctor Who, but also I know that my core audience has mostly come from Doctor Who related stuff. The focus is definitely still going to be on that, but I still want other stuff in there as well. So my plan is basically to do alternate weeks. My plan, and it won't always be like this, you know, if things come up at the last minute, you know, breaking news or anything like that, I'm going to cover it regardless of what the last video was. But my general plan is to maybe try and do Doctor Who one week, something else the other, then Doctor Who, then something else, and try and alternate it like that, so we get a nice mixture of things that I'm interested in. Within film and TV, it's things like superheroes, things like, you know, other sci-fi properties, fantasy, theatre. I'm very much into theatre as well, so I might try and do some more videos on that as well, and mix it up, and all those sort of things. But you'll still get, theoretically, a Doctor Who video at least every other week. That's the plan in terms of a schedule. How much I'll be able to stick to it, we'll see. But that is the current aim. The next thing I want to do is more collaborations, because I've made some great friends over the last year through this community, and I've got some plans in the pipeline. I did a collab with the Doctor Who guide last year, which was a lot of fun to do, and I want to do more things like that. I've got a few irons in the fire in that regards, got a few plans in the works, none of which I'm going to tell you about now, but there are things coming, so I'm looking forward to doing more of that, and I'd like to extend it beyond what I've already done and what I've already got planned. So that's another thing that I plan to do this year on the channel. The final thing is a maybe. It's not a definite. I'm considering rebranding the channel a little bit. Currently, the brand of the channel is just my name. I think there are positives and negatives to that, and I don't know if something that reflects the content of my channel would be a bit better. I've had an idea for a name swimming around in my head. I haven't quite decided if it works, and more importantly, I haven't quite, although I have an idea for a name, I don't know what the visual identity of it will be and how much it will differ from what my current branding and the current kind of iconography I've got on my channel and in the banners and stuff like that. I might keep some of that and have it more as an evolution, or it might be a complete start from scratch in terms of the look of the channel, but it all depends on whether or not I can solidify something that goes with the name I'm considering, which I won't tell you, but I will tell you because I love puns and wordplay. It very much is a pun and wordplay based on my name. So I'm not going to tell you any more than that, but that is what that is. So that's what I want to do in terms of this channel. But my creative life isn't just this channel. I've got other ambitions as well. I love writing and I love acting, and obviously I love editing video because I do it here, but I want to expand that into a more other areas other than this channel as well. So I hope to be in a play at some point this year, if one comes along that I both like and get cast in. I'm a member of a local theatre club, so stay tuned on that. If I get in any plays, I'll be sure to tell you about it in case you want to pop along and see it, if you're around Sussex way. And yeah, I want to do more writing. I've written stuff all my life, short stories, to trying to start novels, to just scripts, or just coming up with ideas in my head. I love writing, both fiction and non-fiction. I like writing articles, and I like writing stories, and I want to do more of both of those. I've been writing a bit for the Blog to Who website. I've been doing reviews for them a little bit, so I hope to continue that this year. But also I want to write some fiction. Around about November time, I might, other life stuff depending, do NaNoWriMo, which if you don't know is National Novel Writing Month. The aim is to write 50,000 words in a month. I've attempted it once before, about 6 or so years ago, and didn't get anywhere near that. Only wrote about 4 chapters of a book. So I want to try it again this year. We will see if I have the time, but that's another aim. These aren't really resolutions so much as sort of aims that I hope to achieve. But if I don't make them all, that's fine too. At least I aimed for them. So that's on the content creation side. The only other creative thing I want to do is decorate next door, the spare room, which is where I used to film my videos, but currently I'm in the middle of stripping the wallpaper, so I need to get that finished so that my daughter can move into that room and have a bigger bedroom. And hence, I created this set in the corner of my bedroom, which I'm actually quite pleased with, actually. I was really worried that the tighter, smaller space would be a bit too claustrophobic, but having already filmed one video in here and seen it uploaded, I think it looks alright. I don't know, what do you think? Does it work? I think it works. I think it works. So, on to the content consumption side of my resolutions. I have a few of these, and some of them are do less stuff and some of them are do more stuff. So 1, I need to complete Zelda on the Switch because I've had it 6 months already and I am nowhere near. I take a long time to complete video games. I love video games. I just don't get the time to play them much, to be honest, and that's a slight theme of these resolutions is time. So I'd like to complete that this year. It may take me the whole year, but I want to do it this year. The next thing is I want to read more. I have been reading the same book pretty much most of 2018, and it's this one, Lord of the Flies. Look how thin that is. It's tiny. Why have I not finished this? Why has this taken me a year and I've still got that much to go? I've still got this much to go. I read a chapter before bed one night, and then I don't read another one for like 3 months or something. It's not even that it's a bad story. It's just haven't prioritized reading over the last year, and that needs to change. I need to read more books, starting with finishing this one. I've got loads of Doctor Who books I want to read and review for the channel, and other books. I want to read a variety of books, much like this YouTube channel. I will be reviewing books as well. Once I finish this, I will review it, and I need to read to review them. So I'm going to do this similar sort of thing as I'm doing with the videos. I'm going to try and alternate, because I've got a lot of Doctor Who books to get through. I have literally got hundreds of unread Doctor Who books up in my loft. At some point I'll do a collection video and show you them all, but there's a lot. And I've got to get through them eventually. So I'll try and alternate one Doctor Who book, one non-Doctor Who book, and try and do it like that, because I don't want to just read Doctor Who. I want to read a variety of different fiction and non-fiction books. So that's an aim. I need to read more books. But all of that takes time, and I don't have much of it. I have a commute to work, which is good for doing things like reading. However, I tend to use most of that commute to edit videos for this channel. So even though I'm on a train for 2 hours a day, I don't always get a table, which means I can't do the editing. But most of the time I'm editing video, or planning videos, or writing scripts or something. Part of creating more time is using phones less in bed, and instead, like, I will come to bed and I'll just scroll Facebook or Twitter for an hour, and that is terrible practice. It's terrible for my sleep. It is terrible for... That's time I could be reading. So I need to use that time to read, basically, is what I'm saying. But also, to create that extra time, one thing I need to do is be more selective with the other content I consume. I'm a completist, and that's sometimes a problem, because I feel like I have to do everything of one thing, or it doesn't feel complete. I need to get out of that mindset. I need to loosen up a bit and think, oh, it doesn't matter if I skip that bit. For instance, Doctor Who magazine. I've been buying it every month for the last 6 or 7 months. Before that, I only bought it sporadically when there was something that particularly caught my eye in it. But I've been buying it more and more regularly, and I tend to read it cover to cover. So I need to stop reading it cover to cover and only read the bits that I'm really interested in. I don't need to read every article. If there's an article I think, I'm not that interested in this bit, I can skip it, it's fine. I need to do more stuff like that. So, Doctor Who magazine, I won't be reading every single article. YouTube, my subscription box. I don't need to watch every single video in it. Previously, I've tried to do that. I'm going to have to not watch every video in it. Only watch the videos that the subject really piques my interest. That will still be a lot of Doctor Who videos, so if you're watching and you're a fellow WhoTuber that I follow, don't worry, I'll probably still be watching your videos. But I follow a lot of other channels as well that have nothing to do with Doctor Who, and I'm going to be more selective of what I watch. Used to watch a lot of Screen Junkies, if you've ever watched that channel, and they have long videos. They have half-an-hour discussions, like, every day, and I used to watch them all. I just don't have time for that. I need to be more selective, so being more selective over the content I consume is another one of my aims, goals, resolutions, whatever you want to call them, to free up more time to do the reading of books and stuff. So yeah, that's my main goals, resolutions, whatever you want to call them. I have some other sort of semi-resolutions, I suppose, kind of more looser goals that I think, oh, I might try that. Like, I would quite like to try cosplay this year. Don't know if I will, don't know if I'll have the money to, don't know if I'll have the time to, but it's something I would like to try. And I'd like to go to more events, but again, that's a time and a money thing. We will see, it's just kind of more of a loose aim. So what about you? What were your resolutions, aims, goals, whatever? What are your plans for 2019? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that jazz. And I will see you in the next video, which, as this one wasn't really a Doctor Who one, should, by my plan, even though I mentioned Doctor Who, the next one should be a proper Doctor Who video. Does that make sense? Hope so. See you then. Bye.